guys, Hop Kenya, and today I'm going to talk about what's like trending in Uganda right now. So, if you guys have been watching the news, you know that there's this 18-year-old man that got killed by his girlfriend's father, and the girlfriend was 14 years old. If you're not a hypocrite, you're going to agree that that is literally not correct, because an 18-year-old is legally an adult and a 14-year-old is a child. Okay, let's go by biology. Your frontal lobe fully develops at 25, and that means this man is 7 years closer and she's 11 years closer. So, you know, a lot of times people like to age women and make men seem much younger, you know. One time someone told me a 30-year-old woman is the same as an 80-year-old man, and I'm meeting my grandfather who's 90, and I'm like, shit, in 10 years I'm gonna be thinking like you. And it's just not the truth. It's just women are made to feel like we are disposable. Most of the times they're like, oh my gosh, you know, a 14-year-old woman is so mature. 18-year-old, like if you look at the age, this man is just a baby and she's old. And we love to call children first. Why are you calling a 14-year-old first? At 14 years old, I didn't even have breasts. Now you're calling this girl first. She's allowing a man in the house. First of all, let me tell you something. There's something called grooming a human being. You can groom someone to make them feel like it's okay. And that is why a lot of I hate using that word, because I feel like promiscuity is such a broad and vague term. I feel like there's other uses of words for some things. I don't like using the word easy. I don't like using the word the tool that you used to dig. You know, there are lots of words I don't use because I feel like there's a whole spectrum, and like you just can't classify someone as being something like that unless of course they're like professionally telling you like, oh my gosh, yes, I sell this for this. But when it comes to being a woman, and like one time I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, I use those derogatory terms so that nobody else can use it against me. I call my friends, like some of my friends, I call them the B word, I call them the H word. You know, I call them things like we call ourselves that, because at the end of the day, if you're owning it, nobody's gonna come and like try to use it against you. Get what I'm saying? Anyway, you could be wondering, why am I doing this in bed? First of all, the weather is tough. It's been a rough night and day, and also I like doing comfy videos. It's kind of like my thing now. Yeah, you're just in bed, you're watching Netflix, you're chill, you're reading your social media comments, and you're like, bruh, this is not right. What I've not liked about this whole situation is a lot of people blaming the girl for being fast. She's 14 years old. People are saying the father overreacted. My dad is a girl's dad, and he was always very protective. And I've seen a lot of men who are very protective also. And let me tell you why men are like this. Men know what other men are capable of. A lot of times I've seen men protect. They know what other men are capable of, and they're like, I do not want my female relative or my female friend or my female wife or something, you know, to get into a certain situation with another guy. So by the time a man is doing this, they know what men are capable of. Men commit 90% of the crimes in the world. So by the time a man is saying, I don't want you here, it's not out of the blue. You get what I'm saying? It's just like he's protecting you from who? Yeah. So people may blame the father. They're like, oh my gosh, he's a terrible dad. But this is a man who was won multiple times. He's been in the house. He's come back despite being told not to come. The father gets frustrated. Imagine put yourself in those shoes. It doesn't matter if you're a father. Be a mother, be a father, right? Your 14-year-old daughter is with a grown man that's 18 years old. Sure, a lot of us don't have killer instincts, but you're going to want to protect, right? And how do you protect someone from someone who will not leave them alone if you're very, very protective? So I feel like Parents should do better in raising their sons. Please stop telling boys to be boys. That is not going to help us. We need to tell boys to be better. We need to reduce the crime rate that the boys commit. We need to protect the girl child. Because almost every girl child that I met has been molested by a man. You get what I mean? Whether it was when they were young or when they were older, it's just like there's someone who's imposing on you. And that is my message today. Please, parents, protect your girl children, but also teach your male children to be better men and boys. Let's cut that narrative of boys should be boys. No. We need every adult to be an adult. And that is my message for today. So happy Valentine's month and be blessed.